And we're live. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Anybody that's there.
Is anybody there?
I don't think so,
Is anybody out there?
Is there anybody out there? Are you going to tweet it out?
I already did.
Good man.
I don't think my audio is coming across.
It is.
Oh, never mind. It is.
Yeah. Bob, I have to condemn your grammar here. If James learned how to use his computer, we'll be going live soon.
I know, shut up. I realized that after I posted it, but I didn't feel like deleting it, so I'm deleting it and doing it again, so.
I'm going to say, if Bob learned how to use his grammar, we would... And then I'm gonna say irregardless. And then dot dot dot. Oh boy. Looks like it's just you. Are you watching?
Just me?
You're watching us.
Paused.
Some nights we have a vast audience. Sometimes, some nights we're just me and you. Oop, then he changed the date.
Well,
Still says
also
January.
sometimes when you don't...
Bob. You're formatting. There we go.
Wait, what?
I was talking about your formatting on the rundown.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta fix that.
What were you gonna say?
Hey, look, there's people here.
10th. You sure it's not just your burner account?
What? Burner account. Why would I? I don't want to be involved with Google like once, let alone twice.
Whoa, that's kind of crazy, Kevin. Not gonna lie there. Like, did you feel your phone buzz or something? There's no that's crazy if you just saw in your mind. Live look is starting. This is great. We literally don't have to do anything, Bob. This is amazing. It's not like, oh, let's get
the one time we could have actually like started and been, no, James has to recreate the world.
Yeah. And then James said, let there be a live looking. Is it just me, or is the Scripture Talk podcast highlighted orange too for you?
What? Where? Huh?
In the chat.
That's because that's the name.
Is that what happens? I did not know that YouTube did that.
Yeah, for me, like if people say Bob Mertz, it gets highlighted.
That's cool. I guess.
I hate
Ah.
you, Marcus.
Damn,
I hate you.
that was loud.
I don't care. I still hate him.
He scared the crap out of me. I don't like him either. I was really hoping that would get swept under the rug.
Nope. They're not gonna let it die. I have like I have a bunch of Lazytown gifs saved on my phone just for replying to drunk riders. Oh, I hate you. It's in my head now.
I'm gonna Marcus, the Drunk Riders YouTube channel will be being blocked from the live streams if you don't chill.
Oh man. We'll go Kings Island on your ass.
All right, that's it. Time out. We should do a vote.
No, he'll make our lives hell somehow, some other way.
All right, are you ready to start up?
I guess. I don't know.
I like you're getting more enjoyment out of it.
It's been a while. Do we know how to do this? We don't know.
It's been less than a week.
Well,
technically. Come on, the live looking people are here for it anyway. They're here for the behind the scenes.
Talking about the new roller coaster being built in Lazytown. I actually watched an episode of that because I just had to. It's so weird. Like the animations and the mix, like it's
really strange.
Like it's not bad. It's just weird how they how the humans interact. Like I don't know. It's like they're animated, but they're not. Like they do things that the human body can't do, and somehow it's okay.
VFX.
I don't know.
The power of VFX.
Yeah, but it's weird. Do we want to talk about this Lost Island thing?
Oh yeah. Do we?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, we kind of brought it up on the other one because it didn't get brought up. When did it get brought up?
It's up to you.
Oh, this thing.
Because nobody cares. Yeah, that thing.
Is that really... I don't know if it's necessary now. We already have a lot of news, too.
Yeah. When we started talking about it, we're like, oh, yeah, I think we talked about this.
Yeah, I guess we... I completely forgot about that part.
It will be baking themed. We're baking up, like, year-round Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. That'll be dessert. No, Jersey Devil will be dessert.
Is Falcon's Flight
Krampus.
Is Falcon's Flight on RCDB yet?
Probably not, because they're like... I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think it is, though. I don't think the park is. No.
Can we just admit how crazy Falcon's Flight is, though?
I mean, yeah. It's here. Here's the problem with Falcon's Flight. It's gonna be. This is a fun random roller coaster. I don't know what it is. Sorry. Got distracted by a Zamperla. I can't pronounce it though. Anyway, it's like, oh, you want to drop 500 feet? Give us your human rights.
I probably won't ever get
But
a.
I guess Dubai is like,
Dubai isn't that bad.
Dubai is kind of similar. Well, I mean, isn't it the same ordeal? Why do I have? Oh, that's from you.
Well, nobody goes to Dubai either, really. So.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's true. You were having tech issues. Should have heard James yelling and screaming.
I was not yelling and screaming. I was simply trying to edit a post on GIMP.
You were yelling, yeah, with yelling and screaming.
No. I would love to record myself. I was definitely not yelling and screaming, but
You were yelling and screaming.
I was yelling and screaming, yeah. This is yelling and screaming right here. Come on. Come on, man. Are you ready? Pretty much?
Why'd you break your internet?
We've been over this, Bob.
Did James break your internet?
Did I get Verizon on your ass?
Where's the Drunk Riders live chat?
What does that mean?
Do they have one? I don't know.
I don't think they live stream. Do they live stream their podcast? I don't think they live stream their podcast.
Hey Marcus, you still there?
I don't think he is.
He left.
We're not cool enough for him.
He's like, no, I'm not giving away the secret.
Oh, nope, he's still there, actually. Question of whether or not he's listening is another story.
That's true. It's very true.
Pam.
You know what? Why don't you have a homepage? The Drunk Rider should have a website.
And we need to get a better website. So you guys want to trade? I think they left now because we only have 2 viewers. So I think he was like, screw these guys. I don't know, but we need to start probably. So.
Yeah.
Oh joy. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'll tell you after, actually, because I don't really want to do this on the air. Or on the live stream, I mean. It doesn't really matter, but you might get mad, so. Are you ready?
Sure.
It's not that big.
Oh wait, I need to open Audacity. Why do I always forget about that? I always forget about that until I have to hit record. Then I go, wait, there's no record button yet. All right, testing audio. Oh wait, I have to do that like switcheroo thing. Huh. Oh, there's. Oh, I wasn't even using my microphone. How have you not been complaining about my audio, James?
Meaning?
Oh no, Discord's using it. But my system's not. Alright, audio level's gonna change. Warning to everybody.
Loud or quiet?
Wait.
Nope, loud.
No,
You're
it's
quiet. So.
It's gotta get loud. It's gotta get loud.
I'm turning you down then.
Alright. Testing. Okay, I think this is where it's gonna be.
Alright. You're not that loud.
Testing
then.
if I get angry. You can't get angry. My head hurts.
Screw you, James! Ow! I'm just kidding.
That's exactly what it would be like. Wait, did it just get louder? Maybe not. I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm not really following too heavily. It's not substantial.
Well, all right then.
Penis is irrelevant. I agree. All right then. I'm just kidding. Not a big fan how these headphones like make their like a little indent in my hair. Look like a weirdo kind of.
Whoa, this is weird. Like, there's actually periods where there's actually no audio.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Before the duck.
Usually my bar constantly has, like, there's always some green. Like, there's always audio like bouncing there in the level.
Yeah, that's the. I'm just kidding.
But there's not. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
It might be. I don't know.
What is this? What number are we on?
103.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there was this big build up to 100, and now it's like I feel like we have been going kind of slow, but.
Oh, I have to delete a lot of references to 103. Stand by.
What do you have on your computer named 103?
The first 103.
So not a lot then. Like 2.
Well, and then there's a bunch of where's the data file?
Oh yeah.
Gosh darn it. Then there's a bunch in just make you record around my audio. Like, you could just listen to my audio and like try to make up words in between. I'm a little low.
I'm not really
What's
sure
it
what you're
doing?
talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
All right. Now let me.
Mona Lisa.
All right. I think we're good. You ready? Pam's saying I'm a little low.
When he goes low, we go high.
Look, I got a sample of Twix cookies and
I've
cream.
turned Bob up pretty much all the way, so if he's still... I mean, it wasn't that much to turn up, so I don't know if he's any better now.
Pam just can't hear. Alright guys, I'm trying my free sample of Twix cookies and cream. It's available in stores now.
You're turning into Clint Novak. You're testing food on the cartridge.
I'm gonna go to Subway.
Eat fresh. Yeah, I'll show off my new Busch Gardens hat for my brother. It's a retro hat, real
And
quick.
look, it's the unboxing. It looks just like a regular Twix bar.
From 1980. How is it?
Not good. Let me throwing that away. It's available in stores.
He's gonna like
Oh,
vomit in the middle of the show. We're gonna be like, you're like Kenny Wood. I'm sorry. That was partially because I ate a Twix and partially because they removed kangaroo.
Bastards.
Mostly because they moved kangaroo, actually.
All right. Don't put cookies in my Twix bars. I mean, well, actually, isn't it kind of? I don't know. It's like a. I don't know what it was. It wasn't good.
I think it might be Bob's audio then, if you can't still hear him, or it might be your audio. I don't know. Can anyone else confirm or deny Bob is low? Because I've turned him up all the way.
Am I low?
He sounds.
Low.
You're supposed to be just as high as I am right now. Like I'm looking at the audio levels. So.
Well, all right. Hold on. Let me.
Wait! Don't do anything, please. Just wait. Hold up. It might just be Pam.
Oh wait.
Or she might be like, "Oh no, I hear him fine now." So I don't want.
Oh my God, she's way lagged.
Pam, come on.
She just now is talking about the Twix.
Oh, Pam, you're killing me. I've never. Okay, anybody else? Greg or Proper Penguin or the Drunk Riders? Anybody that's out there still? Confirm or deny if Bob is loud or not? Because it's gonna be like 9:33 by.
Can
hey,
you
Austin.
hear me?
Austin, if you can hear this, can you confirm or deny? Bob, say something and tell him if you.
Greg says I'm good.
All right. Now, Pam, everyone's gonna spam in the comment. Everyone's probably lagged in like 5 minutes. Everyone's gonna be like, "He's fine, good, yeah." Bob, yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Austin can hear me.
I don't see
All right.
Austin.
Hmm?
I don't. Oh. All right, cool.
I think we're good.
I think we're good too. Watch me be like, "No, I can't hear him at all."
Oh well. No, all of a sudden they can't hear you. Actually, I guess I could just go to the stream and listen. Do you want me to?
Sure.
Alright. Alright. Now I'm talking. Oh. Oh look, I can hear myself.
I know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we're at the same level. Pam doesn't know what she's talking about.
She must be really lagged. She still has not said anything.
No, she's still yelling about Twix. I threw that away a long time ago.
Either that or she's going to be like, "No, I just wasn't listening to you guys."
Or that. Or her hotspot gave up. Alright.
All right. Oh, I got to test my audio too, real quick. Hi, I'm James, and my audio is insanely loud right now.
Hey, when are you guys going to get a website?
That was really crazy loud right there.
What?
My
Talking about you?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Still kind of loud, but I think this is better. Yeah, that's better. Let me maybe a little bit up actually. There, that's good. This is when I'm mad at Bob, and I'm like, "Bob, you don't know what you're talking about." And this is when I'm like, "Bob, yeah, I don't know, Bob." I don't know.
Your website, Drunk Riders. You need a website.
I do not recommend Wix though. That's good to hear. Thank you, Austin, for confirming that again.
I mean, because anybody who's anybody has a website. It's the cool thing, man. All the podcasts are doing it. Come on, man.
You gotta join the trend here. Join us or die.
I I guess that's true, but still, peer pressure, man. Get a website.
All right, are you ready? Please, God, be ready.
Uh, yeah. Think about it.
Let me think about it. Let me think about that for
All right.
30 minutes and then we'll be good.
Yeah. You think about that while we record, or something, or a facsimile thereof. Oh, you did? Oh, look at that.
Wow, that's not cool. Just leaving me out like that. I'm too cool for that show, though. It's all right. I get it.
You you'd probably last 5 minutes in that chat.
All right, are you ready?
I believe so. You did the same.
I've got the digits. But it's a bunch of males, so I wouldn't be. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. I can't judge actually. So maybe Bob has something to tell me.
No, I don't. There's nothing different to report.
Yes, they do. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Oh my gosh. The seat is killing me. Are you ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2.
Welcome back to Coaster Talk Podcast. This is the first episode of 2021, Bob.
It is. It's well, I was gonna say we're done with 2020, but we've had some events happen
Yeah.
this week that kind of say
Never mind.
some things haven't changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a new year and first podcast, and
It's exciting.
yeah, we're on our way to 200 now, right?
Yep. A couple more years. It's January 10th, 2021. This is your source for everything roller coasters. Welcome to the show, guys. We have quite a bit of news to discuss since we've been on hiatus for a couple weeks now. Starting off.
And yet surprisingly not a lot if you think of how long we haven't been on. I mean,
yeah, that is true. We would expect like 50 news stories. We have about, I don't even know, like six, 7 here. So we're kind of lucky. We're kind of fortunate. I don't know what we would have covered in those 2 weeks if it was just like 3 stories here, 3 stories there.
I think the good thing is that in the news there is, I don't think anybody's doing something stupid.
Nobody's. Yeah,
Getting rid of kangaroos or volcanoes. Or,
yeah, exactly. Or storming a park or anything. So
yeah.
all right, let's get into some of the good news. Let's talk about some of the good news. Phoenix is coming to Wonder Wheel Park. Dino's Wonder Wheel Park. We've been talking about a Vecoma coaster
Phoenix
coming.
Moving again?
Yep, the Phoenix is going there. Knoebels is
Moving again?
It's well, yeah, it's not that Phoenix. Don't get misconstrued there. It is a new Vecoma family inverted roller coaster that is going to be coming to the park. It's pretty exciting. We've been kind of hinting at this for a while. I kind of thought it would be along the lines of this. I saw like family Vecoma, and I'm like, oh, it's probably going to be one of the inverted models that they've been doing a lot, like Dragonfly or Dollywood. And to me, I know others aren't seeing this, it doesn't seem, but to me, it almost looks like it might be I still almost like an exact clone maybe of Dragonfly or Dollywood.
No, I don't think it. Well, they did say it was custom for the park,
Mm.
and there are the renderings that I've seen of it. There's some things that look pretty different.
Well, maybe not an exact clone, but it looks like there's a lot of the similar elements in place there. I don't know. That's just I haven't ridden it. And I haven't. Once I ride it, I will confirm or deny if that was true. But just based on this one picture we have that I see, that's.
The question is, will it be better than Merlin's Mayhem?
I don't know. That boardwalk atmosphere might add a bit to it. It looks very cool.
But I mean, this is the Vecoma and not the SNS. This is the different cousin. So,
yeah,
they're both of them are so similar. I don't. It's probably more in the designer. Do we? Is Joe Draves designing this? Because
we gotta call him up, and get him on there.
Yeah. I would be ecstatic if I found out this is a Joe Draves design. You guys can all have Alan Shoki. I don't care.
Yeah, that is Bob's
give me
coaster
give me
god.
a Joe Draves.
That is that is Bob's idol in the coaster engineering world for sure.
Currently.
Yeah, currently. Soon it'll be James Barber when I'm a famous engineer. I know, but
you riding any of your rides? Come on.
I would have to build maybe a Vecoma volcano like exact copy and like try to incorporate LSM or not even LSM like limbs, and then I would have to like make a crazy contraption for you to get on one of my rides. Wouldn't I?
And then I'd have to wait for like a few thousand other people to ride first. No.
And then when Bob rides, I'm like, all right, let's go. Anti-rollbacks in place. Just make all these malfunctions happen, and Bob gets a rollback.
Sad thing is I could actually see him doing this.
Yeah, just designing a ride just for Bob's torture, just for Bob's. And then I'm like, all right, let's record an episode of Coaster Talk Podcast on the coaster.
Just for the record, this was your tangent.
Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this either. I'm trying to keep it going, and I'm just spitting things out. All right, so that's what's going on with Dino's Wonder Wheel Park. Joe Draves, if you're listening to this, get on it. Help design this ride.
Speaking of things that I want a few thousand people to ride before I ride, Falcon's flight stats have been released.
Yeah. Yes, they
and
yes, they have.
Intamin has been selected as a manufacturer, which that makes me excited. Let's face it, it doesn't matter. I'm not going.
Yeah.
I hate. This is frustrating to me because this coaster I want to ride, but no, I don't see myself going to Saudi Arabia. Right? Saudi Arabia.
I don't see myself going there either under the pretense of money. Like that's.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, that's the first thing. I don't see myself going.
Exactly. Anywhere. Yeah, that's major. Like I understand that there's.
Going to Holiday World is a struggle. So let's face it. Yeah. I'm not going overseas for a while. But if I was going overseas, Saudi Arabia is not where I'm going. I just
Yeah, I agree as well. There's some shady dealings there, and there's some human crises over there. So I don't really know if I would want to support everything that's over there either. So I understand, but I don't know. I think I might eventually, if the time and the place and everything aligns, end up there. But it's gonna be a while, to say the least. Yeah.
The thing is though, this is a 2.5 mile long coaster.
Yeah. 13,000 feet.
2.5 miles.
13,000 feet. It's crazy. I mean, it's double the length of, isn't it? What's a Steel Dragon 2000? I believe Steel Dragon 2000 is like 7,000.
Yeah.
So this is almost double that. That's crazy.
Yeah. 155 miles per hour. Which, okay. So Formula Rossa, you have to wear goggles.
Yeah.
So
I think that's just because of the launch, though.
It doesn't matter. I mean, well, this is going to have a launch. I mean, it's got to
Does it?
go
Oh,
if it's
all
going
right.
that fast. I mean,
I
and it's
completely,
also
yeah, I
like
forgot about the
there's
launch
there's
going
also
up.
sand.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But is the
is
launch,
that
I'm not sure that the launch is where you're getting that maximum speed. I think that might be going down the drop. I don't know if the launch is actually going to be that fast where you need to wear goggles. Because I know Formula Rosa, you have to wear the goggles because it goes 140 right off the launch. So that might have something to do with it. I think the launch on this ride is just to
yeah,
get you
but I
up to
mean,
the top and then you go down.
but anyway you look at it, it's going faster.
But I don't think the launch is going to be that point where you're going
But it doesn't matter.
155.
I mean, if you're going 155 miles an hour, does it matter where it's at? You're still going 155 miles per hour.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I think it has to do with the fact that I don't know. I just think it has to do with the launch being the point that's getting you to that fast. That it's so quick and it's so like there could be something like. But when you're just descending a hill or something, it's not as like it's not happening that quickly as a launch. You know, it's kind of transpiring over a longer period of time.
All right, James, let me ask you this question. What is heavier, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers?
They're the same. I just learned this in physics. So, or
Right.
no, it's whatever. No, what hits the ground fastest, not which is heavier.
No, that's no.
That's
You're overthinking this again. If you're going 155 miles an hour, you're going 155 miles an hour.
I understand. I understand the concept you're trying to convey here. I'm saying that I think it's because on Formula Rosa you go 140 miles per hour in like 2 seconds or whatever crazy stat it is. You're not going to be doing that on the. I think it's because of the sudden acceleration, not because. I think when it's a gradual acceleration, you might not need the goggles. I don't think it has to do with like the sand or anything. I think it has to do with just how forceful the launch is, and the fact that. I mean, that's just my. I don't know what I haven't been there.
No,
I haven't really asked them what the. That's just my
well, they haven't built
interpretation.
it.
No, I'm talking about Formula Rosa. Why they
Oh.
actually have the goggles on that? Because if it's like,
Well, the thing about Formula Rosa, I mean, it is just for the launch, but that's because immediately after going through the launch, it hits trim brakes and it slows way down. So, I mean,
yeah,
any way you look at it, it's only on the launch. But that's yeah. Anyway, moving on.
moving on.
It also has it's going to have the height record, which is where's the height?
It's 525 feet.
Okay, 525 feet. It is
Yeah.
not the what were they saying? Over 1,000 feet? Wasn't
Yeah.
that what they were saying?
I think I don't really remember what they were saying. It was kind of crazy, but it's amazing to look at this ride because you look and you have like the first lift hill looks like it's 200 feet maybe, and then like you have the gradual airtime hills to go up, and then you I think go up the LSM up the lift hill, and then you go down the 500-foot drop. And then the airtime hills coming back look like they should be the lift hills of the ride, and like the first couple of hills, and that's actually coming back. It's really fascinating to look at on the animation artwork they have.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting ride for sure.
Yeah, it really does look like quite an impressive park. So it is a little disappointing where it's located, though, for sure. I mean, looking at like the surroundings and the technology that looks to be utilized in some of the rides, it looks pretty crazy. So I don't know. It's definitely disappointing where it's at, but
So maybe Six Flags will say, "Oh, that was a hit. Let's build." No,
let's clone this.
Six Flags is not going to bring this to the United States. I mean, the only reason why this is getting built is because it's not Six Flags' money.
Yeah, exactly.
Saudi money. Yeah, I don't know. This will be an interesting thing to watch. And the thing that's good about this, even though many of us probably won't ride it, we won't go there to ride it, this will push the technology. And once it's out there, then other parks will be more comfortable building something like this. So it definitely pushes the industry ahead.
Exactly.
And hopefully some parks over here. I mean, I can't see Cedar Fair being concerned with records anymore because that costs money. But who knows?
And it's not a water park, so.
Well, that's true. Like build 526-foot tall water coaster, maybe. No. That would be frightening, actually. This is something interesting about this though, is they say the height, but they also don't say it. They're not saying it's a drop.
Yeah, that is true.
So this kind of makes me wonder too, like how.
But I mean, in the image, you can see where it's going, and then you can kind of see that right parallel to that LSM incline, there's the drop, and it looks like it's the exact same path as the
Is it going
as the incline. Yeah, that incline I believe is the LSM launching you upward, and then that like vertical drop looks like a vertical drop almost into like that tunnel there, and then out of that airtime hill is the actual drop. So that looks. I mean, based on the rendering, I would believe that. I don't know, things might change in 2023, but
Yeah, I don't know. This will be an interesting thing to follow, if nothing else.
indeed, indeed. All right, so
Speaking of deserts, no, not really deserts, but a state with deserts. Arizona might
yeah,
be getting its first alpine coaster.
indeed, the Williams County City Council had asked to the Williams City Council, not the William County City Council, but they are going to be having to approve the project, and if approved, the location it's going to have this new park is going to have a family adventure park with primary attractions of a coaster track as well, and a summer and winter tobogganing hill operation. So it's exciting that Arizona. I know they have castles and coasters right now, but they could have an additional ride now to go out and to check out.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's funny all the people that were like, "Oh, well, we can't call it an alpine coaster because it's in the desert." But this isn't in the desert. This is actually in the mountains. It actually is in. It does snow there.
I know it's pretty crazy to believe. I know, but
it's kind of interesting to think about those. Like, if you do build an alpine coaster in the desert, is it still an alpine coaster? I mean,
that would look so weird
yes.
too. I mean, we're so used to alpine coasters having the
it,
terrain of the mountains and stuff. Like, how would it function?
but it's still an alpine coaster. I mean,
is it though, or is the name come from where its location is, or does it come from this type of track?
That's what it is now. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing.
But I don't know if the manufacturers actually call them alpine coasters. What is the actual manufacturer has? Like, I think it's Wieland or whatever that does these or does a lot of them.
They're the major manufacturer.
I wonder what their actual like terminology for this ride is. If it is alpine coaster, then I'm sure that's what it's gonna be called that. But if it's not, if it's just something else, is it? I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't know if they have a website.
A lot of these
I'm looking as well.
A lot of these actually aren't. I can't think of any names of alpine coasters.
What's it called? Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster.
Yeah, that's not a Wieland. They built that in house, I think.
All right, I did not know that. It is a Wieland. A Wiegand.
Is it?
We were saying
and it is Alpine Coaster. The model is Alpine Coaster.
I want to know if that's the actual name. I wonder if we've coined that. I know it's on RCDB, but is that actually like what the manufacturer produces it as, or?
Yeah, that field is what the. Because if you do Fury 325, it should say Hypercoaster. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if you go to Fury 325, that it says Hypercoaster because that is its model.
All right.
So
I believe you.
So it is an Alpine coaster.
It is, and now I'm on their actual website, and they call it an Alpine coaster. So yeah, that's that is the name of the actual product. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still an Alpine. We answered that question for you guys here today, only on Coaster Talk Podcast.
Just in case the desert ever gets an Alpine coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know.
And just in case you guys were actually curious to where the origins of that name came from, if it was the manufacturer, if it's just the coaster enthusiasts. I'm sure. Yeah.
If I care. No, Do I care? I might. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think we wouldn't have gone on a whole tangent on that if we didn't care.
I mean, I mean, I have to have something to argue about on Reddit whenever the first desert Alpine coaster comes. I mean,
I'm an
it's
expert
just
in
the way
this
it
field,
works.
actually. You called? All right. Well, we're not an expert in the field of judging water coasters, apparently.
Yeah.
We kind of messed up, guys. We kind of messed up
Uh,
big time. If you guys recall, I mean, it was the last episode we did. So about 2 weeks ago, we discussed Nigoland and Krampus Expedition, the new water coaster from Mack Rides coming to the park. And if you recall, me and Bob were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to France now because of this thing. It looks amazing. It's gonna be fantastic. Look at these renderings." And we were sadly mistaken, my friends. We were sadly mistaken. Yeah. We messed up big time on this one. It is not what we thought it was going to be. It is
Big time.
not big time in terms of we over exaggerated how we thought this ride was going to go down. I mean, it still looks like a good
Relayed
ride.
us in the
Yeah.
form of marketing material.
Yeah,
That was we just kind of we kind of
we bought
bit
into
the
it.
worm on the hook.
Yeah, we bought into it.
That's that was the problem.
I mean, but we also
I
started
do-
spiraling out of control, going, "Oh my gosh, there's going to be indoor elements in Dark Ride section," and
Right. Well, I really did think that.
I did too. It looked like that was going to be part of the ride, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
This is the equivalent of driving through an arch.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing on the other side.
it's not even like it's not even like a facade or a little building. It's just a little
It's literally an
an
arch.
Yeah, that's it with the face on it.
But I do have to say it looks really cool. The water coaster itself looks really cool.
Yeah, the elements it's taking, I agree.
Turns and stuff. It looks like it'll be fun.
But I don't know if this
I'm
is
not
going to
gonna-
make me reconsider a visit to France.
Right. This isn't going to go to France, but if I'm in France, I definitely would ride.
I bet you. I think some of these pictures have actually been released for a while, and I bet you some of the European listeners were listening to that, going, "What the heck are they talking about?" Because these images I'm looking at came out this November 11th, and we definitely talked about that well after that. So I'm sure they're like, "It doesn't look that good. What are they talking about?" And we're like, "Oh my god, it's amazing."
Yeah. Some people's marketing. This is why people get paid bucks to market.
Oh my gosh! But guys, please go look at the marketing and tell me it does not look amazing. Please. I mean, that was really good graphic design there. It looked fantastic. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be incredible. All right. Well, surprising news out of our home park, Bob. Well, former home park for you. Yeah, former home park.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. Let's see what they're doing. I still don't know what they're doing with my pass, so we'll hold that. I'm
Former
very
home
happy
park
with
for
Hershey.
you, home park for me. You know, it's somewhere in the middle for you. Whatever. Is now going to be open year round, at least for 2021, it seems. And this is probably, I mean, based on everyone's guesses, it's going to be continued. This has been something they've been talking about doing for a while. I know. I think even BGW fans who were the ones that were attempting to leak this before it happened said that Anheuser-Busch had even discussed it, I believe. So this is something that the Busch Parks have been trying to do for a while, the Busch Park here in Williamsburg. I know the one in Tampa has been doing it. Has Tampa always done it? I think Tampa's always done that. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. So whatever, but Williamsburg has been trying to do it for a while, and they finally done it. They've announced 4 events that are, or 3 events. Is it 4 or 3? 3 events, I think.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Well, no, there's. Well, are you talking just in the winter or?
Yeah, in the winter. The 3 events that are going to be throughout the winter that are going to keep the park operational, or while the park is operational, are going to be winter weekends, which seems to be just Christmas celebration rebranded in winter weekends. They're still going to be having lights, thrill rides, and all the same stuff. So it's basically resume operations as normal for them, just under a new name. And then Mardi Gras is actually going to be coming as an event to the park, which is kind of like, I'm assuming, a ripoff of the Grand Carnival event that Cedar Fair's been doing for a couple years now, which is fine. I mean,
I'm sure. Why not?
yeah, exactly.
Why not?
It was a good event. I'm not a big fan of King's Dominion. I don't think they did a great job with it. I think it's kind of tacky at times, but hopefully Bush can pull it off a little better. I have faith in them. We'll see. And then they have a St. Patrick's Day celebration event, which is obviously celebrating the Irish section of the park probably, and they're going to be having a lot of decor in that area and probably throughout the entire park. It says St. Patrick's Day celebration, but this is going to be a multi-weekend event. So don't get, it's not just a one-day thing, because I know normally they in the past they've done just like one-day event for St. Patrick's Day, but that's not the case this year. This is going to be a couple weekends event. And then you'll get back into spring, and you'll have I think opening day will happen in March, and then you'll have like the resume normal food and wine festival, whatever, Howler's
There will not
Creek.
be. There won't be an opening day.
I believe no, they have an actual opening day now, like because all of these events are limited capacity events still, and they're all like small. So they're planning on in March opening it up. I believe
St. Patrick's Day is not.
the whole park. The St. Patrick's Day is not what?
It's not limited capacity.
Uh, I don't maybe I don't know. All I saw was that like on the 20th. I know, but on there they released something like an actual calendar, and it said like opening day is March something something. I saw a couple people post about that. So I'm not 100% sure now.
I mean, if you're open, how do you have an opening day?
They're going to like open it up as the actual like the whole park, I believe, is what they're planning on doing. But I'm not. I mean, that's what I saw. That's what I heard. I can't really say, to be honest. I thought that's what was happening. I'm not 100% sure though. So
Oh wait, here's okay. This maybe this is what they're talking about. These are all weekend things.
mm-hmm.
Mar
I
Well,
could've
no,
sworn-
the St. Patrick's Day celebration doesn't say that.
I could have sworn.
Although it says select days.
I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something
So I'm
here.
guessing maybe the opening day would be a like we all week thing. Like they're not now they're open all week instead of just weekends.
Possibly, yeah.
That's good.
That's possible.
Yes, I don't know for sure.
I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like
It's
they barely just announced this, so
yeah, exactly. I just thought there was an actual opening day. I could have sworn that I thought they said like, here's our like we're doing the events up until this date, and then it's gonna be the whole park open or something like that. I could have sworn. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Well, that's what's happening with Busch Gardens Williamsburg. There could or could not be. I'm pretty confident I saw something of that nature. So look out for that. I think it was like later in March they're doing something where it's like, oh yes, yes it is. I think it's March 26th. Like you said, are you looking at the calendar as well? Because March 26th,
calendar.
it is. They have St. Patrick's Day the celebration every weekend up until March 26th, and then they have it on that weekend. But then the whole park is open for the week, like you said. So that's
Yep.
probably what it is. March 26th is like their official park is full open. That's probably why they don't even have limited capacity, because probably half of the event up until then will be limited capacity, and then when they get there, they might just say that weekend is
I'm
not
gonna
limited.
guess the capacity is still. I mean, that's pending what
Yeah,
happens with
depending on the governor.
anticipation is that by March they'll be able to go full.
Full
But the
park, not even
interesting
full
thing,
capacity, but full park operation is a better word.
yeah, um, it's interesting that it's highly possible that COVID, like what they've had to deal with, kind of showed them how to optimize this smaller, um,
Crowd,
like smaller events and how to like
yeah,
make money from them, because I mean they were forced to do it out of necessity, but now they know. So now they like it's kind of been like because of COVID and them having to do that, they've actually completed that puzzle piece of like how do we get to year-round operations. And I think this, it's possibly a silver lining of the pandemic is that they figured it out now,
yeah.
and that's why they're able to do this.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting. What be interesting is whenever we get to 2022, I would expect like they're going to be year round. I would expect them to
Yeah.
remain year round.
Yeah.
But will they still keep these events with limited capacity?
Yeah, will they be limited capacity half the park still, or will they have the whole park open and certain rides, or are they just going to do full park? And I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they think is the best decision.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they pull it off.
Yeah, so look out for Busch Gardens Williamsburg with their uh, year-round schedule now. It's exciting stuff. All right, so lastly, we just talked about something year-round, and we've been year-round looking forward to this ride opening, and it's another year, and it looks like it might be opening now. Jersey Devil Coaster 2021 looks to be the year of the coaster. I know a lot of people were eagerly awaiting an announcement from the Six Flags to confirm nor deny if it was opening in 2021, because I know a couple of Six Flags rides got pushed to 2022.
Can we trust the source?
I mean, Six Flags corporate is a pretty reliable source.
Are they?
Maybe.
When was West Coast Racer supposed to open?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but again, they're saying it, and based on construction images, unlike West Coast Racers, this thing's, I think, 3/4 the way done at this point.
There's something there.
Yeah, there's something there, exactly. There's, I think, 3/4 of the ride looks to be completed, at least. They have inversions and drops, and everything looks to be in place in order for a 2021 opening, but who knows, really? It could be postponed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to doubt it, except except who knows.
Yeah. Except, wait, Six Flags.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess you said three. So I haven't seen pictures.
Based
for a
off
while.
of images I've seen of recent construction updates, it seems like I would guesstimate 3/4, but yeah, you look it up and it looks, the new construction updates seem to me to be maybe at least half, maybe 3/4 in my opinion. So, yeah.
How many issues are they gonna have with the ride though? That's
Yeah, the question is the guts of the ride. Are they all in order too? Like,
not the guts of the ride, the guts of the trains.
yeah,
That seems to be arms.
Yeah,
Is trains.
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. But
See what
again, it looks like, yeah, it literally on the latest update. This is from June that I'm seeing. Someone posted. It looks like all they had to do is install the drop almost too. Like the rest of the layout looks almost done. So it might even be more than 3/4 now that I look at it. So I don't see this being pushed to 2022 unless it would not be like a track issue or like a installation issue. It would be like something like the trains or.
Well, I mean, I as far as I was aware, like being in New Jersey, I think they had to halt all construction operations.
For sure. But I mean, again, this is June, and they're literally, the drop looks like the only thing that needs to be like even the drop support structure is built, but it's just like the drop track.
I mean, there's a lot more.
I understand
after
that, but I'm talking about the actual construction of the ride itself. That's like a big part of it.
Yeah,
that's like a big chunk of what happens, and then they'll have to go in and do all like the dirty work and install the actual, like, the guts of the ride and everything. But
the programming.
Yeah, exactly.
All that fun.
But I would say that the actual track installation is pretty much done. So it's looking like it definitely, I definitely entrust the 2021 opening date, but we'll see for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so that is about it for the news segment of the show. We're going to move on to the second half, and we're going to look through the archive of the show. We've been doing this for quite some time, as we just stated earlier. We've been doing, what are we at, 103 episodes now, and we're going to go back and look at the episodes that we did this past 2020 year. You should say, let's do it, like you did last time.
Oh. Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Do it, Bob.
Oh, you can up.
Oh, hello. coaster FAQs. Are you gonna do it, Bob?
You want me to?
I think it'd be cool because a lot of times you don't say anything.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Oh, I want to go to bed. That's what I want to do.
I don't want to play. I just want to bang on my drum all day.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back.
I definitely want to go to France, but when I go to France, and when I go to Europe, I don't know if I'm going to do France just because of the amount of parks that are outside in different countries. I feel like are more substantial than the parks in than France. But yeah, France is definitely not. It's not a no-go park or country. I definitely want to check it out one day. But if this ride had been really like what it was supposed to, what I thought it was going to be, I should put it, there was a chance of me actually going to France. If it was going to be this amazing dark ride water coaster that we'd never seen before, really, I was going to be like, maybe I need to go to France. That's all, really. All right, so we've been sitting in uncomfortable silence. Any discussion wanted to be made? Oop, all right. There we go. Poland, Germany, Italy, Sweden, Spain, UK. I think that's a lot of the parks. I think that's all the countries that I'm going to be hitting when I do a trip there. I want to go to the Netherlands too. Yeah. Belgium I would like to go to as well. Obviously for Wallaby Holland. Or that's Netherlands actually, but there's some parks in Belgium, I believe. Now I can't think of any park in Belgium. Killing me. But yeah, there's a lot of countries I want to get to. France is one of them, for sure. But it's just not on the top priority right now when I go to Europe. Australia definitely, obviously. I really want to get on Star Trek in Australia. That ride looks kind of cool. I do want to get on DC Rivals, of course, too. And then China, of course, I would like to get to, but I'm not 100% sure if that'll ever happen. Japan. I want to get to Japan. That's probably actually higher than China for me, personally.
Who's going to Japan?
Your mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me that.
Yeah, me and her run pretty close. Just kidding. We're going to Japan together. I'm just kidding.
Still Dragon 2000. And Dodonpa.
And Ijanika.
Yeah.
That's all I want to really ride there. Like, that's if I could make
There's more I just think.
No, I mean, I want to ride. That's my main number one in Japan.
What? Ijanika?
Yeah. That's like that would be my number one bucket list ride to ride there. Hokuge looks pretty good. Dododampa looks good.
My number one would be Dodonpa.
Yeah. That looks really good too.
I would have preferred riding XL. Wait, what?
Takabisha looks good.
Hypersonic XLC. Yes,
Fujiyama.
there's a lot there.
There is a considerable amount there. Well, I think we've listed off a lot of the great ones, though. Pretty much all the great ones, and then there's like you start to get to like pretty good ones. What's it called? Looks really like a flying dinosaur. The flying
What's
coaster
it
there.
called? What's it called? It's a great ride.
Oh yeah, what's it called? It's my new favorite. My new number one. What's it called at? Where's it at?
That's a great park too.
I know. It's top Cedar Point for me.
Indeed. Ow. My head hurts. I don't know if I want to go to China. I mean, I know there's a lot of great coasters there, but yeah, I don't know. China's another one of those that's like up there with Saudi Arabia. I've actually heard that, but I haven't heard that they're weird isn't necessarily bad.
I think
And I
I
think
think it
that's
was.
kind
I think a
of
better word was like concerning, based on what they were saying. There was some
Really?
concerning operational. Yeah, like
In Japan. See, I don't know. I wouldn't think of Japan as being a
some like really
sketchy
small,
place.
like weird parks, like State Fair almost here. We're just running rides
Oh,
strangely, and
that's interesting.
yeah, not a lot. I think there's only like one or two parks that they said where it was like anything that was like concerning, really.
I mean, well, yeah, I don't know.
Hey Bob,
What
do you know?
I don't.
All right, do you want to finish this episode
I do.
so you can go to bed?
I'd rather you just finish it.
If only that was an option. But then I'd say something like Bollywood, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, why did I not?"
That's a very good point. Oh look, I got it. How many times do I have to hit load more? A lot, apparently.
Bob, we need a new website.
Yep.
Yes, he agreed.
I told you need a new website from the time you
Got a new
showed
website.
me the.
From the time you got a new
Yeah,
website, I told you I needed to get a new website.
I mean, the website's fine. Yeah, like it looks good, but there's just functionality things that bug me about it.
And there's some things that don't look fun either.
Well, maybe.
They mess up, and I don't know. I just think we could do better.
Disney Sea, Fuji Q. Yep. Yep. Greenland. What's Greenland? I don't know about Greenland.
Greenland is a theme park in Japan. You like that? It's I think it has a.
I bet they have roller coasters.
They do have roller coasters, I believe.
Oh man, see, I knew.
I do. I do believe. I think you're right there. I think they might also have restrooms and food stands and,
Oh,
merchandise
a park with
venues.
restrooms, man.
And then there's a chance they might have some non-roller coaster rides, like small rides for families and even rides for some thrill seekers that aren't brave enough to get on the coasters. I believe though that could be just theory. When the moon meets your eye like a big. Are you ready to record?
Hold on. I'm typing in Greenland. Ooh.
I think they have.
Oh, they have an ultra twister.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think they
I
might.
wanted to ride one of those.
When the moon. I think they have a SLC too, or maybe it's a B&M invert. I think that's all I remember.
Yep. Oh, they have a spinning mouse. They have the original Exterminator.
Is that kind of cool?
Sure, why not? Hey, Big Murph. Sphinx. Look at this. Look at the elements. It has a chain lift. That's it. It's all this. Has a chain lift.
Sounds like Adventure Express kind of. Walk like Egyptian. Are you ready?
Wait. Hold on. I'm looking at. Oh, they have a Togo stand up. I want to go. Is that a racing coaster? Is that a racing stand up?
No, it's not.
What? You mean it's not?
I remember this. I believe if you're talking if you're talking about the same ride, I think you are. I remember seeing a video about this, and it's not what you think. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but is it the one that has like a stand-up train and a sit-down train on it?
No, it's not. Haha.
It is.
It is not. There's literally.
This is the same coaster that I. Yeah.
Well,
this
is not.
Taylor was taking a video. Look at the two ride vehicles. There's a sand. It's not.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop. There is a coaster that has two trains on the same track. One stand up, one sit down. This is not that. This is a racing coaster. There's two coasters side by side.
This is the same coaster that. All I'm saying is that when they don't run the other side, and they have, and I'm looking at a picture right now, and it's a stand up and a sit down. So there is a sit down train on this, at least on the racing side. But I'm pretty sure that when they went on that trip, Taylor and all those people, they took a video of this ride, and it was they had put the sit down train on the other track. So it previously was a racing coaster, but I don't think they run the other train now, and they don't run the other track, and they run it with the sit down and the stand up on the same track. Yeah, we just talked about BGW going year round.
This isn't that coaster. There's another coaster that's like that.
I'm gonna look it up. One sec.
You're thinking of another coaster.
I'm not
telling you.
This is I remember this coaster. Wait for it. I don't know why my computer's being so slow. This sucks. This is the one time I want it to go really fast. So I can... What's the coaster called again? Is it called Gaio? Oh no, that's the other one.
All right. This is the one you're talking about.
What is it called? No, what is the coaster called that you're talking about?
I was talking about Milky Way.
All right, let me... here's the video. This can either load or not load. Depends on YouTube's feelings, I guess.
Oh, that's good. There's a train going behind, so need to wait a little bit.
Oh, I thought you meant on a roller coaster.
Oh.
What are you talking about? We're not.
A roller coaster in my backyard. You know, I had one. I mean, even if what you're talking about, the video you're talking about, is Milky Way, that could have been a temporary thing.
I think
Because
it might have been.
RCDB says in the 2016 season they actually got new trains.
All right, it might have been that. I mean, but either way, the one side is a sit down, I believe. So it's not. I wish it was 2 stand-ups. That would be kind of cool. Oh crap, my computer's about to die. All right, there we go.
Don't let it die.
This video's taking forever. If it dies, you die. And the live stream dies. All right. Are you guys seeing links today? Because last time, remember, we weren't seeing any of the links we sent.
Yeah, I know. I just pasted it in case.
But yeah, I think in that video it might have been a temporary thing where they had done both sides or whatever. But it would be cool if they had both sides as a stand-up. I think that would be really cool. But I'm sure if there's interactive elements, they might not be able to have 2 stand-ups. It might be a clearance issue.
Togo stand-ups were far better than BM's.
I don't know. I don't. Shockwave was good. I remember.
I like Shockwave.
And then,
King
but I also
Cobra.
really liked Apocalypse. So
I liked it too, but I mean the Togo stand-up trains are just far more comfortable.
But then I hated Vortex at Carowinds.
That one's terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Togo returning. I mean, they wouldn't come back as the same company anyway, so. And here's the other thing. I don't know. I have not rode a Togo sit down, but I've heard that outside of their stand-ups, their coasters were really good in Japan, but really bad in America because they used a different manufacturer, and that's the thing, to my understanding, the Togo stand-ups, mainly the Paramount stand-ups may have been the only ones that were built in the US, but they were actually manufactured in Japan and shipped over, where the other Togos were actually fabricated in the US, and the fabricator did a really
Where do you hear
job.
this stuff?
I don't know. It's been a while since I heard that, so I mean, I wish I knew, because I would love to have a source, but
I just you say stuff like that, I'm like, where? It's awesome, but I'm like, where do you hear this from?
I mean, I've just been in forums for a really long time. Like, I've popped in and out at times. Well, I mean, that's a good question. If somebody asked SNS to build an Arrow, would they?
If they asked them to build a similar model, I don't know if they would try to copy the track profiling and all that.
I mean, that's the thing. But I mean, if you think about it, if Arrow was still around, Arrow wouldn't be Arrow. Like, they would have evolved. They wouldn't be the same as what they were back then, anyway.
There's kind of a chance. I mean, in terms of track, their track, I feel like it would probably be the same. They probably would have made advancements in how to utilize the track. just like B&M. I mean, because
Yeah.
B&M. I mean, when Arrow went out of business in the like early 2000s, late 90s, B&M was around
Well,
in
so
the early
the
90s, and they still use
fourth
the same
dimension
track.
model is like the fourth dimension model is very. I don't.
Can we please do the podcast
I,
first?
well, no, I'm gonna address this first because you brought it up. But
Oh God.
it like they didn't really Arrow never really finished the fourth dimension, so like they didn't really bring it back. They just continued it, I guess you'd say. Um, I mean, and like that's the thing. But you're looking at a track type that like you can't like SNS has their own track that does the same thing as like Aero Looper track. So why would you manufacture Aero Looper track
Yeah, just for the sole
when
purpose.
your SNS track does? But with the fourth dimension, that track is unique to that ride type. So you kind of have to use
Yeah,
that
exactly.
if that makes sense. It's kind of like a hard thing to like relay, but
The design was already
anyway.
produced by Arrow, and then SNS kind of adopted it to finish it, and then they were like, oh, we can. And then they, well, I mean, some people even say with like Danaconda and Ijanika that they improved upon what X2 did, like in terms of track design and stuff, and in terms of
Well, I
how.
mean, X2 itself was an improvement
Yeah,
upon what Arrow
yeah,
did
exactly.
because
So,
X2 was SNS improving upon what X was.
so they
I
already
think
kind
it
of
was
had,
SNS, right?
yeah, and they kind of had those design. They had that design already kind of in place. So when they were asked to build it more, they were like, oh, we
Now,
already have this, so let's just improve upon it.
that's an interesting thing about
The
the
suspended coasters.
suspended coaster. Yes, I would like to see. That's true. If
I
you're
really
talking
like I
about
like
that,
suspended coasters a lot. So
yeah. But see, even then, would you use?
I'm sure now. I'm sure they would find a way to make it work with their track.
Yeah, they probably. I mean, because essentially, it's just the same track upside down. So
Yeah.
that would be interesting. Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
All right. Are you ready?
Wait, I have to hit load more a couple more times.
Never finishing.
No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Did you
no!
reload?
Please tell me I don't. Oh, it thought I clicked an episode. Now I have to hit load more a whole bunch again. Sucks. Uh, Wait, actually, you know what? I can use. What do you mean no? Oh, never mind. I guess I can't. It's annoying. Wonder if it might be easier on my computer. It also might require a lot of. I can just feel my browser being like, "There's a lot of data. I don't want it all." Oh my god.
What?
I'm tired of clicking load more.
Oh boy.
All right. All right. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, ready? Are you ready?
3, 2,
Ready?
1.
And we are back talking about our 2020 podcast year. Gonna run through some episodes and talk about all that happened, all we talked about on each episode, and briefly recap and review of the year we had. It was a not a great year for the population at large, but it was a good year for our podcast. I would say we had quite an adventure, didn't we, this year?
We did. We got a co-host.
We did.
It's hard to believe that officially wasn't it?
I think it was
That was
2019.
actually the beginning of. No, I think you made it official at the beginning of 2020.
I think it was 2019.
I feel like it was like. No, I feel like you're wrong.
I feel like I'm very right.
I feel like you're wrong.
I feel like I'm very right. I'll go back and do some research, and we'll come back to it on next week's show possibly. But I'm pretty confident it was that. It was 2019. All right. So regardless of that, we started off the year talking about, of course, the year in review. But we were talking more about what was happening in the industry. But of course, we can't do that this year really because nothing that much happened in the industry, like too extravagant, And anything that did happen, we're actually going to kind of cover by reviewing our podcast year. So.
Yeah, Austin makes an interesting point. You remember when we used to just use Skype, and I used to not have a real microphone, and
yeah, and Bob would cut out every time I talked. I'd like talk a little bit, and Bob would like completely just fade out because that's how Skype works. Like through my head, I was recording him through my headphones. Oh God, those are the days.
Yeah. And even the live look-in, like everybody watched you, but not me.
Yeah, exactly. They just heard your voice in the background. Who's that guy talking?
Oh man, it's hard to believe that was only a year ago. It's so weird. Time is so strange.
I think it was still. I still think it was a little bit more than a year ago, but we're close to a year ago. I think it might have been early, like later 2019 when I don't know. When did you get a new mic? Has that really changed?
That was in 2020.
That changed a lot. Yeah, that might have been changing that, but I think
it was, or was it? Oh no! Oh yeah, no, that was 20.
I know the webcam came in 2020.
Oh God!
Luckily, but and barely, but it did.
When did I get that? I feel like, well, we're going to find that out right now because I can just look.
That's when the quality of the show completely changed. For sure. Because before that it was, again, the Skype calls and even through Discord, recording it through the headphones is not ideal.
Why is Amazon saying that I'm not me when I am me?
You're not you, Bob.
I can't read.
Did you not know
that? Enter the characters you see. I can't see the characters. Like what? What? Oh, it's so annoying.
Technically, the whole sentence is filled with characters, so just write the sentence.
Just randomly pick. I'm pretty sure I bought it on.
I know this is what you guys tuned in for. You're eagerly awaiting the results of this. Bob's Amazon purchase of a microphone.
I did order it from Amazon. I thought I did.
Who else would you have ordered it through?
I don't know. How do you B&H? But no, I bought it used. So, maybe it was eBay.
eBay, yeah.
Maybe I got it on eBay.
Well, while Bob checks that in, I will quickly recover the episode directly after our first episode of the year. That was the episode you guys might recall when we talked about the job of a theme park tester being broadcasted in the news. apparently in the article they offered $3,000 and all travel costs covered. I believe that was all fake though, right? Well, or it wasn't truly accurate.
No, it was real, but it was like a.
But it was.
It was more like a marketing stunt.
Yeah.
People actually got it.
Okay, I thought it was like staged almost, and like. I remember we revisited it and kind of discussed it some, but yeah, that would have been a great job for sure. And I know me and Bob would have loved that. And then we talked about Gangster Granny the Ride in that episode. And we also counted down our favorite night rides. I'm curious what we talked about, what our favorite night rides were. I don't remember now, but that was a whole year ago. That was a year ago on the 12th. We probably recorded it a couple days. So it might have been a year to this day almost that we recorded that episode. That's kind of crazy. Have you found anything?
I can't find it.
All right.
No. Oh, wait. IFRIT. That's how you spell it. Let's see.
Oh boy, we're doing some real detective work here to find this mic.
Nope, I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, well,
I know, apparently, I just never bought it.
It just doesn't exist.
It
just appeared. God was just like,
he
really needs a new mic. Just snapped his finger, and there it was.
Magic just appeared.
So after that episode 50, we went on to talking about SeaWorld continuing its chain-wide expansion. So that was probably talking about like new rides that they were going to be building and things of that nature. Jersey Devil was taking a late start.
Got on my nerves.
Yeah. Jersey Devil was getting a late start, it appears. And then, we talked about trim brakes as well in that episode. And that was the name of the show for that week. What's the verdict on trim brakes?
It's still such an annoying topic in the roller coaster community. His trim brakes is gonna suck. It's a roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
I was doing Timmy's version of it. That was not good. A roller coaster. There we go. That's better.
The one thing that gets even more annoying than the trim brake thing is the whole Giga thing, which we talked about on the very next episode. I don't know why people like shuttles are not Gigas.
They are. That is not.
They're not.
Giga. It just really annoys me. Giga just literally says how tall the ride is. It doesn't have anything to do with being a chain lift or a launch or anything.
But not everybody goes that height. That's the problem.
Okay, let's not. If you want to listen to our arguments on that, determining a Giga, episode 58, we did this exact same thing, and I believe we reached some. I think we reached some sort of like compromise, and we're like, maybe if you put an asterisk or something. I don't remember, but we definitely came to a compromise.
No, we said it's a Giga or a Giga shuttle. You could say it's a Giga shuttle.
I don't think that's what we came to, because I would not have agreed to those terms.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I would not have agreed to those terms. However, in the next episode, we talked about the battle beginning, which meant that we were going to be having our tournament Battle of the Ages, which is where we ranked all of or not ranked, but we seeded all of the years, 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 50s, and I think we even went back to the 30s and to 20s, and also the 2000s and the 2010s, and even up to 2019, maybe 2019. And we just talked about the best coaster years, and we had you guys vote on them. And that was the episode that began. We started the first round.
Yeah, and that went on for a while.
Yeah, that dragged on for a couple episodes, for like 3 or no, even more than that, like 5 or 6 episodes.
We
maybe?
talked about East 59.
East Coaster.
That was like our last. That was like our last event before the world shut down.
Well, no, Bob, you forgot one thing for me. I went to Texas.
You went to.
I went to Texas. Suck. I was very lucky. I literally got in like 2 weeks before. People were just starting to wear masks when I went to Texas. Yeah, and then episode 66, we finally broke the Battle of the Ages results out on episode 65. So 66 was the next. I don't remember.
You're forgetting a.
A what?
hard to believe that this, like, all this stuff that happened. Episode 61, we
Oh,
talked about 2 parks just gone, closed.
oh yeah, we did.
Beach and Martin's Fantasy Island.
Mm-hmm. And that was all a lie. Well,
Not really, but yes.
yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a lie at the time, but it was not to be actually. Both of those parks seemed to be still
Yep.
in operation
3
and alive and
back from Texas. That
James is back from Texas.
64.
The world
The
shut down.
coronavirus.
The world shut down, man. It's crazy. I mean, look at that. It's so perfect. 63 got back.
Very next episode, we're like pretty tired of coronavirus.
The coronavirus is on the
We-
loose. In the next episode.
Yep.
What
The
did-
next episode, we said we're tired of it,
Oh God.
and
We can't wait for this to be over, right? Oh boy. I hope none of us get it.
that wasn't even like. Oh,
You had a good
man,
run though,
that's-
Bob. I mean, it was a while. It was quite a while before you got it. So.
it did take a while. Oh
Uh,
man,
and then we finally broke the
That-
results.
that's-
I don't remember what. I think 2019 or 2018 won Best Coaster Year with Steel Vengeance and Wonder Woman and all of those rides. But I think it was close. I think like the second place.
I don't remember being that irritated. Maybe I was.
I think you might have been, but I think you were expecting it. I think you said so.
Maybe that's the situation. It's highly
It's highly plausible.
'Cause-
So the final results:
vengeance not win something somehow.
1978 was the second place runner up. It lost to 2018. Yeah, 1978 had Shockwave, Gemini, and Colossus. So I'm sure it won for its historical value because Shockwave was the first roller coaster to feature 2 consecutive vertical loops. Gemini was the first or the tallest coaster in the world when it opened, and Colossus was the tallest, fastest wooden roller coaster in the world when it opened in 1978. It was also the world's longest roller coaster for a while. So I'm sure for its historical value, that's why I got there. I'm sure we talked about that on that episode though, so you can go back and listen if you want to hear more into depth about that year. The next episode we got random apparently. Oh, that's our first installment of the RCDB random coaster generator that we do, where we just
Oh, yeah.
click on random rides and see what they're all about.
That's such a great feature of RCDB.
Such a great segment of our show.
EDB, you're just like refresh.
It's pretty fun. Then we played Name That Coaster. I remember that was the episode where Daniel completely forgot the name of Steel Dragon 2000 and completely just I don't even know. I don't even remember what I think the question was like, what's the tallest coaster in the world with or what's the longest coaster? I think the question was what's the longest coaster in the world? And he might have said like Fury.
Or Ultimate.
Or it was all I think he said Ultimate, and then he said he had 2. He was like it's either this or this, and I'm like wait, Steel Dragon 2000. You completely forgot about that. And he was like oh wait no, that was great. That was a great show. That we need to have them back on and do another installment of that.
Yes, we do.
Indeed, get some game music finally. Dun, dun, na, na, na. Welcome to Name That Coaster. Episode 69.
Episode 70. Wow.
Oh, that was pretty quick
Wait,
turnaround.
where?
Episode 69, Indiana Beach is already back. That was when they already started looking like they were coming back into business. There looked to be like I believe the city was trying to save the park, so we were thinking that they would be saved. SeaWorld pulls a bit more controversial move apparently.
And that's where I started getting irritated, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was the plans when they screwed us all.
Episode 70, we had Clint Novak on for the first time. That was a great episode. It was a fun episode for sure.
That was. Wait, where? Oh, that's right. 69. No, it was 72 when SeaWorld was enemy
Sucking.
number 1.
Is that when the episode where SeaWorld sucked?
Yeah, well, I mean, the title of the episode was "Screwed by SeaWorld," so
All right, yeah, exactly. So, all right, 71. Is it 71? We were being pretty dumb. Uh, the name of that episode is
returned.
a possible return to normalcy or normality. Excuse me. According to an article, Disney and Universal could both be opening in phases. I guess normality in terms of theme parks, going back to theme parks a little bit. Maybe that's what we were going for there because we were far from it to return to normal life. That was May, so we had only just begun. Screwed by SeaWorld is the next episode. Yep, that's where Bob is disappointed. And that's also the episode where Peanuts
It
was
wasn't just
deemed
you
not
were
relevant.
just Peanuts. We all know that.
It was deemed irrelevant. And then we talked about our favorite engineers, and I believe that's where the Joe Draves craze was born. Like you always loved Joe Draves, but that's where it was known. It became a known thing about Bob.
Yes.
His obsession with Joe Draves. We then went on to
Good
talk
ride.
about some more parks opening up. A hefty
74.
list of confirmed parks to be opening, to be exact.
Only time Holiday World.
Yeah.
Really upset.
Is this episode?
Episode 74?
I'm on 73, so
Oh.
this
Okay.
is when a bunch of different parks opened. We talked about King's Dominion some, and we decided the victor of is Peanuts a relevant IP, and we still haven't actually come to a conclusion with that argument really. So we didn't really establish a victor, but
They are relevant, and that's yeah. End of story.
All right. Our Masks Are Loose article. That is what question was answered on episode 74. Holiday World was saying that they were, and that sparked some controversy from us as well as the enthusiast community. And then we reminisced about Volcano, of course. That can't not be done on an episode of Kosher Dog Podcast. Actually, I'm surprised we've gotten to no point in this other than now we've gotten to it.
That was when they started to tear it down.
Was it?
Yep.
All right, I didn't know. I thought that might have been. Yeah, that was right around the time it was. Yeah. I think we were also discussing.
Wait.
I don't
I think
know.
we're down at 18. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
What year is it again?
I don't know what year it is.
I don't remember when they tore it. I think it might have been it stood for 2019. I think they tore it down early 2020. No, it was 2019. You're right.
I remember seeing it.
It was 2019 because we were there in the park and we weren't in the park at all in 2020. So yeah,
I feel like at that episode though.
we were just talking about what was going to happen with the plot of land. Talking about what we thought. Like this is, I believe, when the peanut.
That was when the sure.
This is when the Camp
Yeah.
Snoopy rumor came to be too. That's when that was established, I believe.
Man, it's gonna be Camp Snoopy.
It is. It's coming.
It's gonna be the first ever free spin.
And they're going to say, we really weren't thinking about doing it. We were just going to keep it Congo. But then we heard Bob talk on the podcast about it. And we were like, this is a good idea. We just had to take a Cedar Fair. They just had to do it. All right. The next episode, Random Lawsuits and Random Coasters. This is when Kings Island planned to sue the Ohio Health Department. And this is when Carowinds was talking about transitioning to a rear year-round park, similar to Busch Gardens Williamsburg now. So that doesn't seem too outlandish. At the time, it seemed kind of strange, but obviously now it seems to be pretty normalized. We also did the random roller coaster thing again. I think that was a couple months later than the other one. So yeah, that was the second installment. Oh, and also this episode we discovered that Japan was trying to ban screaming on roller coasters.
That was what, 75? That was episode 75.
76. Oh, well, we talked about it on 76 too. Oh yeah, thoroughly discussed on last week's show is the possibility that Jet. So we did talk about on 75 too, but 76 we asked the audience if it was if they thought it was plausible. 77. Someone chose a poor choice of words apparently. Oh, what exactly was the? Do you know what the the title has to do with the episode? I'm a little. I'm not 100% sure. All right, someone had a very poor choice of words apparently in this episode. Oh, this is the shirt. This is the Busch Gardens shirt. Busch Gardens Tampa is thrill seeking essential or whatever shirt.
Thrill seeking is essential.
Yeah, that's this shirt. So
That irritated me.
yeah, so that was a very poor choice of words there. And then we started. Yeah.
I still want to know if they sold out or if they just decided the blowback was too rough and they pulled the shirts.
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen any enthusiasts wearing them. So, but I mean, there's a chance that all the general public bought it up without an enthusiast buying it. But still, I don't know. We also started the photo contest that episode too, which is going to be an annual thing. We're thinking about doing because as we've stated during the off season, not the off season for us anymore, or for me at least, but during the off season, maybe doing some sort of tournament. I don't think the Battle for the Ages necessarily would be a great one to replicate a year after, since the results are pretty much solidified.
One, maybe.
Yeah, so we're thinking about doing another type of tournament. If you guys have any ideas, let us know. We'll be doing it here soon, so if you guys can't think of anything soon, we'll probably be commencing it and doing it. So if you think about it and you're listening to this in a while, it's going to be pretty much done. But if you have any ideas in the next couple of weeks when you guys are listening to the show, the next couple of week or two, let us know, because we're definitely I'm gonna try to get something set up for that so we can have an off-season tournament like that. I like that, doing that during the off-season. All right, so 78 was Kentucky Kingdom trolling on Twitter. I don't remember what tweet exactly we were referencing here. This might have been the T4 one. Was this the T4 tweet? It was. This was the T4 tweet. This is where the T4 was born.
I hope they call her T4.
The next coaster.
Really, really.
I could really see them doing that, honestly. I could. So I don't think that's too crazy to even imagine them doing. I feel like that's someone. Oh, and then the line lawsuit filed against Busch Gardens Tampa from RMC was discussed. And Fantasy Island being saved from what many thought was an inescapable fate. That's a good choice of words, James. Past James. So yeah, that was a quite a interesting episode. What else? South Korea, we talked about that, never shutting down during the pandemic too. I don't think they never shut down any theme parks, which was pretty great, and we talked about that. All right, 79. We talked about the coaster season beginning. I think Bob, you went to Holiday World, so that means that I think that was the first park either of us had visited since the pandemic. So I'd gone to Texas, but that's again, that started right before. So you had not. Neither of us had been to any parks this year since the pandemic had begun.
Yeah, it was I was just really disappointed in Holiday World then.
Yeah.
I never thought that day would come, but yeah, I was, and some of it may have just been the state of Indiana, but yeah, I mean, it was a fun time I really loved the campground and like that experience, but yeah, waiting in line was just bad. Even though they had the virtual line. Oh yeah, it was just rad. Go back and listen to it if you want to hear.
Yeah, full in-depth thoughts. Or you could just let's just do a reinterpretation of what happened. Let's just reenact it real quick for us. Reenact that episode. We also talked about Kentucky Kingdom adding a Raptor and if it would really add anything different to their lineup, which I believe I said no, and I still stand by that. So
I think that was also when my niece made her debut.
Oh yeah. She talked about her visit at Holiday World.
Recording from the campground.
And I think she liked Legend better than Voyage, and I wasn't very happy.
No, that
about
was
that.
my nephew was going to join us, but he, by the time we started, he said, "No, I want to sleep." So
All right, so episode 80, we talked about 2B&M's opening, so that's Candemonium and Orion, and I think it was kind of like, I think the only thing that was being posted at the time on social media, so we said, we get it, 2B&M's opened. That's the name of the episode that week.
yep.
The show must go on. Episode 81. Oh, this is the SNS free spin. This is when it showed up in the parking lot.
I still see nothing's gone up. So what if Cedar Fair's storing the free spin at Kingston?
It's going to Carowinds.
It's going to Carol.
And then they're going to open year round too. Oh, that would be great. I wonder if King's Dominion is going to consider a year round operation now that Busch Gardens is going to take advantage of that.
I don't think so.
Not even consider it.
Nope. They're going to have to repair their image first. I think there's no way they could pack the park.
Yeah.
Enough to.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of struggling as it is with just their operations right now. I mean, if they come out of if they find a true replacement for Volcano, maybe, but right now I just don't think they have I don't think there's enough excitement to want to go to King's Dominion all year.
Possible. I don't know.
That's kind of my opinion.
Yeah. You shared your opinion on this episode as well of Candemonium and Hershey Park during COVID.
But that wasn't my revised opinion on Candemonium.
Yeah, exactly. That comes later. I'm sure we'll talk about that. So, as you guys know, it changed quite a bit. Our top 10 flat rides we discussed on 82. That was a good episode. I swear that feels like it was yesterday. I feel like we were talking about the flat rides so recently. That was a long time ago, though. That was like 6 months ago now.
Yeah. Then we went to 83. We went to Busch Gardens. We were surprised. And then I went on vacation for 84. So
you were gone.
Me.
Yeah, Timmy was...
I was like, out. I'm going to the Outer Banks, man.
Just screw the podcast.
So much roller coaster there. But it's my biggest complaint about the Outer Banks is there is no roller coaster there.
Yeah. And you could drive down to Myrtle and...
I mean, Busch Gardens is closer.
Yeah, probably, but you still get the beach, vibe at Myrtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a great.
Episode 83, also Busch Gardens Williamsburg was opening up. That was really big news for people in Virginia.
We went, didn't we? Oh, it's that was you went in 84. Yeah.
83, we said it's reopening, yeah. And then 84, we talked about them opening still. Oh, Timmy went to the event. I hadn't actually gone yet, so he told us about the event at Busch Gardens that it just opened up.
85. We debated stuff.
Yep, not surprising. Oh, this is the episode Will Iron Gwazi open for 2020.
It will not. Spoiler, will not.
Yeah. And I want to make a clarification that if you go back and listen to this episode, which I did actually, I said I was playing devil's advocate when I said I thought it was going to open in 2020, like as an actual roller coaster, like official opening, grand opening, whatever. I said that I thought there might be a soft opening in December, late December, or January, which there was a tiny little blurb that I think is fake, but still kind of gives me a little bit of optimism that there might be an opening soon. I don't know, but there was some I don't even know if it was I guess it was a faked email that was sent out, and I don't even know how it got out to everybody, but a lot of people were posting about it and going, "Oh, look, Iron Gwazi is gonna open," and I don't know if that's not true, but. Like that article's not true, or that news, or what is it? An email. That email's not true, but it I don't know. That would be kind of cool if I got that. If I predicted that. But again, I did say I was playing devil's advocate when I said I thought it was. I just want to clarify that because, all right, episode 86. You can't handle the truth. Um, Timmy again joining the show because Bob's slacking off.
Slacking off. Okay, I forget.
We went to Hollywood Nights 2020, yeah, and then we talked about photo contest finalists. It's quite an episode. That threw me off for a second there because I was like, wait, Hollywood Nights is not during August, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was this year because of what happened. Yeah. It's amazing that they still had Hollywood Nights though. With everything it's amazing that I still went to Indiana and I know you did too, but just the fact that they had like the big coaster event it's amazing to me that they accomplished that.
Yeah, I wasn't going back to Holiday World this in 2020. After my experience, I
had a great time. Episode 87. We had Stephen Amos on. Yeah, that was a great episode. That was one of my favorite interviews we've done, for sure. Which we need to do more of. Maybe 2021 that'll be a New Year's resolution. We do some more because whenever we get some good people on the show, we always do good interviewing them, getting good questions out of them. 88. We talked about the line jumper.
Oh yes, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was a fun episode for sure. Park rules still apply was the name of that episode. Indeed, that was Kentucky Kingdom. Someone jumped out of line, got back in line. They got kicked out and threw a tantrum. All right, the best of park merch was the next episode. We talked about who has the best merch, I believe. What park or even what are our favorite parks merchandise. So just different pieces of merch that we enjoy. And then I think we even ended up debating like who had the best merch because obviously Bob's going right for Knoebels. I think I was, I like Cedar Fair merch a lot. I think they do a good job. I don't even remember what we talked, but I remember that. I think that came up. Episode 90. Yeah. First true hybrid.
Hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
White Lightning.
That was a interesting topic, and that's still a topic to this day. We're still trying to decipher and talk about what we think this ride is, or what this type of track is when it's, on a wooden coaster like this.
Did RCDB ever change anything on that?
On White Lightning? White Lightning didn't get like too much track work done, so I don't know, but I'd like to see like at what point they do consider changing it. Like, is it half or does it say hybrid or is it still wooden?
It actually did. It's actually hybrid.
Oh my gosh, I just saw it too. Wow. I don't know if I agree with that. But it's interesting for sure.
The track type is still wood.
Oh. Yeah. So they're saying because of why is it?
See, I think that's what needs to change. I mean, they put in the hybrid classification because of that, but I think they need to add a different category of track. I think the category of track needs to be hybrid.
I don't know. I mean, cause what if 99% of the ride is still wood? Is it really? I mean,
that's not 100%.
I know. I agree, but I mean, overwhelming majority of the ride is wooden, so why wouldn't it be wooden? That's like, I don't know. Like if you were 99% Native American, you'd say I'm 99%. I'm Native American. You wouldn't go, well, 1%, so I'm not full Native American. You'd you know what I'm saying? Talking about like genetics.
Yeah.
All right, but we probably shouldn't. This is supposed to be a recap, not a reintroduction of an argument. We can discuss it on another show for sure, though. That'll be coming back up, I'm sure. All right, where do you ride? We talked about front row, back row riding. I'm sure Candemonium came up because we don't see eye to eye on that at all.
And Millennium Force came.
Yeah, Millennium Force I think we agree on. We agree on like
middle, slightly behind.
Yeah, it's like
behind the middle.
I think it's like the fourth or fifth from the back is where someone that's where I was riding, and that was one of the guys that had ridden
I
it.
think
Like,
I think maybe you're a couple rows behind where I'd say, but you're in the vicinity.
all right, well, yeah, we talked about that. I remember.
That's it's not the back or front. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
definitive.
Episode 92. Don't RMC that RMC. We called that
They
joke.
did.
We called that joke though, because I remember I was pretty proud of that. And then a couple weeks later, when they actually announced they were doing it, everyone started coining that like they're RMCing this RMC, and I'm like, hey, wait a second, I said that. um, then episode 93, we talked about the new Nintendo world, the new area of Universal Studios, Japan, which still we just saw concept art of, and I mean not a concept. No, we didn't see concept art. We saw we saw the actual finalized section, and we saw like a walkthrough with the creator of Nintendo and Mario, who walked us through, and it was amazing. It looks incredible. So, yeah, we were talking about that then. So did we?
94. Let's skip over. That was a rough episode, and it really was.
Oh, that's when we talked about roughness, and I got really weird.
Yeah, you confused the hell out of everybody, including me. I think.
I,
I think you confused the hell out of yourself.
I confused the crap out of myself. I still don't know where I stand on that fully. I mean, I know where I stand in the vicinity of, but I'm like, I need to go back and listen to that episode. I'm probably gonna trip myself out. It was like I was like on I don't know what I was doing. I was like reconsidering my opinion in my head, and then I was going like this way, and then I was like, wait, but if it goes this way, then what about here? And then what if X and then Z and Y and X and it was crazy. But yeah, if you go back and listen to that episode, whew, that was a rough episode. um, yeah, but that
95.
I don't know if we actually said it, but
See
that's
the
when we were discussing what being rough means and how it doesn't make a ride bad. Just so you guys are aware, because if we just said that was confusing, I don't know if we actually specified what exactly was confusing. But yeah, Cedar Fair lied to us in episode 95. Yeah,
Carowinds did in fact open
Carowinds will not be opening
Christmas.
for the 2020 operating season. Please visit again in 2021. And psych. And then we even confused ourselves in this episode too, because I remember this is the episode where we were like, maybe it might be happening. And then we went back on another episode and we're like, no, it's not happening. You were like, no, I think that was all faked, or it wasn't fake, but it wasn't. It was not.
They confused us.
They were like, they took it down, and then we're like, okay, maybe it was not meant to be, and then they put it back up, and then they were like, yep, we're opening. It was just really weird. They really, I think they confused themselves too, like I did with the episode about roughness for sure.
96 announced they were removing 15 rides.
Yeah, and I believe we did the tongue twister there. The newly announced old new rides closing. that was a great.
I went and caught COVID,
Oh,
so I just because I was so wrong and I felt so bad. For episode 97, we started out with like a minute or two of me
You're like, hey
trying
guys, I'm here.
guys for leading you down the Palace Entertainment path that like they were going to do something great. They did not.
Yeah, we
yeah.
talk about SeaWorld
Yeah, that-
screwing us. Palace Entertainment really screwed us. So
Oh man, that was bad. I couldn't believe that when I heard that announcement of those 4 rides going, like that just did it. I felt but yeah.
in the next episode, we talked about how Iron Gwazi was getting a bunch of hype.
Yep.
So and you were back with a vengeance apparently. Probably you were going after Palace again, so that's probably why I included that little blurb in there. I'm sure because this is the episode directly after that. And then we talked about the best park soundtracks. That was a good poll, because I think brought up Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and some other parks as well. I think you this is the episode where you were like, oh, I love the pop music in the parks, and I was like, oh god.
Yes.
Oh boy. Episode 99. They are RMCing that RMC. So this is when they RMC'd that RMC. I think you guys know what we're discussing. I mean, we're getting pretty close to modern to present. To modern day Kosher Talk. So you guys are all, and then episode 100 took place.
If you haven't listened to our 100th episode. Both parts of it, you need to. It was
Yeah,
just so much.
great episode.
Both, like, the whole thing was just a blast.
Yeah. Coaster enthusiasts have opinion. Well, we talked. That was we're not. Let's not even. All right. So then we got to 101 and 102, and you guys have hopefully been listening to those episodes. If you haven't, go back and listen to them. A lot of fun with those episodes as well. It's been a fun year at Kosher Talk, and it's still fun now. We're continuing that trend. We enjoy doing the show, so thank you guys for listening in. It's been a pleasure to do it for the past year and for the past years. All right, so let's talk about the weekly poll this week. We asked, kind of outdated now because it's been a couple of weeks, but we asked, what was your coaster Christmas list? What if Santa could magically wave his wand or bring his bag into your house and grant you the wish of a coaster at your home park, or even just a park upgrade? Because I don't even think all of these were necessarily roller coasters, but what would you want at your park? And we got a lot of responses. The first one being another Intamin for Cedar Point. And I'm sorry, but I don't know if even Santa himself can grant that. Yeah.
Really bad news for you.
I don't even know if old Saint Nick can do it. BGW, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, B&M Giga. Bad news for you there too. That's you're getting close though. You're getting close. So that might actually be, that might be a gift that Santa kind of had to improvise with, because you're getting an Intamin one probably. So RMC Raptor clone for my backyard. You're gonna have to talk to Fred about that.
Is that Fred Grove?
Yeah,
Is that
might have been him writing the response. Yeah, he's like, I want another one. Camp Snoopy expansion for King's Dominion in 2021.
Yes, it's coming. I'm sure it's coming.
Here it comes. We see it in the parking lot right now. Canada's Wonderland should get a GCI and/or an RMC conversion of one of their Woodies. I wouldn't really oppose a retracking of Mighty Canadian Mindbuster if they did like a GCI wooden retrack on that, or if they got an RMC conversion of that. That is one of the only roller coasters I've ever ridden where I was in pain getting off of it. I wouldn't mind it. I would not really advocate for it because, again, as me and Bob have said before, neither of us really hate roller coasters, any roller coaster, as much as we might dislike it. It serves a purpose for some people, so I would never wish upon it an RMC conversion. But if it got one, I wouldn't be like, no, come on, no. I wouldn't be one of those guys for sure. I'd be all right with it if it happened, but it's not something I'm currently advocating for the park to do. But a good GCI, if they build a ground-up GCI, that'd be good. I agree.
Yes. Although, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what comes out of GCI in the future. I feel like they've changed, so I'm curious. I'm not ringing any like alarm bells or anything, but at the same time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought there was like a rumor possibly that like they'd gotten rid of a considerable amount of their staffing and engineers.
Well, yeah, I think they did. And a lot of them went to Skyline Attractions, I believe, which is interesting.
So. Yeah.
They may be going from Skywarps to actually good roller coasters, and GCI might start building Skywarps. I mean, who knows?
It's a wacky world we live in. 2020 just changed everything. Legoland should build another coaster, so I actually have a reason to go back. Well, I don't know if you're gonna get the coaster, but you're getting the park.
A whole new Lego.
Yeah, you're getting a new park, but you're gonna get a lot of the same. I think they're building like the Dragon coaster that they have at all their parks, so it's gonna be more of the same style of attractions going to there. So you're not gonna get much of a different experience at this New York park.
Still new credits.
Yeah, it is a new credit for sure. So if that's what you're all in for, then if that's the reason you're in for it, I can't tell if this is they should build another coaster that's good so I can go back, or just another coaster period so I can go back and get the credit. I can't tell what the motive is here. If you just want a credit, then for sure New York is not bad at all for you. Knott's needs a hyper wherever they can fit one. So yeah, that rumor was going on.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's been going around for a while. That and California's Great America both need hypers, apparently. So and Knott's has a kind of a limited amount of land, so I would be curious to see where they could fit such a large attraction. But maybe Santa can make it work, right? Maybe Santa can do his thing.
Maybe.
Dollywood needs a B&M Hyper. This is where I agree here. This is something that I don't think many people think, but I've thought this for a while. I mean, a lot of people go, oh, an invert or an intimate or something, and I've always thought a B&M Hyper would be very well fitted for this park. I could just see it going over the
I
mountains.
take it for a B&M invert, but I'd rather have an Intamin Hyper.
I wouldn't be upset with that, but I would prefer. I think the B&M. I think it would just look, in terms of aesthetics, I think it would look better. Like rolling over the hills with those large camelbacks, especially if it like went over a mountain or something. Oh, I think it would just be really, really eloquent to look at. But I wouldn't think the ride experience would be that different.
I mean, a lot of Intamin coasters can look different, so.
They can look different, yeah, but I don't know if I've ever seen one that looks as aesthetically pleasing as a B&M Hyper. I think B&M Hypers are probably the most beautiful coaster if they're done right. Let's not go to Nitro, but if they're done right, like Apollo's Chariot's beautiful, Goliath is beautiful, especially when they interact with terrain. Oh, they're great, in my opinion. Six Flags New England needs a boomerang.
Aesthetically more pleasing.
I disagree.
That's just me.
And Intimidator 305 wants its phone back. I mean, come on. I said that wrong, but okay, I'm sorry. Intimidator 305 called. They want their aesthetics back. There we go. Because Intimidator 305 is ugly as heck. It's one of the ugliest roller coasters of all time. It looks like it's a McDonald's promotional ad, and
the colors are off. But if you change the colors, I think it looks really good.
I don't think it. All right, even despite the colors, I think it looks. I don't know. I just don't think it looks aesthetically pleasing. If you look, there's from certain angles where the drop looks good, but when I don't know. I think the B&M coasters are just better looking, and especially like when I take photos, I love taking photos of the B&M Hyper coasters. I completely butchered that phrase right there. I was trying to be quick about it, and I just completely forgot how the phrase goes. All right. Yeah. Six Flags New England needs a boomerang, though, apparently. So let's get on it, Santa.
Get 3.
Yeah, let's make it a rule of 3 there. Let's get a trio, and let's put it adjacent to the 2 that are already there too. Let's not. It can't be far away. It has to be like right. It's just like when you walk in that area, you're just surrounded by boomerangs on either side of you. That would be awesome. I want a recreation of Batman and Batman and Robin the Chiller at Great Adventure.
I would see. I really would love to see this. However, I feel like if they build it again, they would put LSMs on it, and I don't know that it would be the same. It's kind of the same thing that I always felt about Volcano.
But what if they did put limbs on it?
What's that? Well, if they did, then awesome. But would they? I mean, I would guess first that we would get over the hurdle of them rebuilding it.
Yeah, but hey, this is Santa, Bob. So maybe he just literally snaps his fingers and the ride reappears as it was.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. That would
Bob's in for that.
That
one.
was just
Bob likes that idea.
I really like that idea.
Hershey Park needs some additional flat rides. It's the next response we got. I agree. I think
they could use. I mean, they have.
But let's say maybe thrilling flat rides, because they have a lot of family rides, but maybe thrilling flat rides.
They have a lot of flat rides, but they don't have a lot of standout flat rides, I think.
Yeah, thrilling, somewhat. Rides, yeah. Like a Scream and Swing would go really well at Hershey.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of those, though. I'm kind of thinking.
Extreme Skyflyer?
Kenny would They don't have one, do they?
They do not.
Did they? Sky Coaster. No. That's kind of interesting.
I would be okay with that. That would be fun. And I don't think they even have any upcharge attractions, so this would be one of the only ones they have. I'd be alright with that. If they did it well too. If they somehow incorporate it over the body of water that they have near Sky Rush, if they could somehow put it, because I know some of the Sky Towers actually, Kennywood's goes over the water and stuff. So if they could build it in the water and have a pathway over there, that would be really cool. Right next to Sky Rush. Oh, Oh man, Hershey, do
I
it.
would love. I mean, I love Hershey Park as it is, but I would love them forever if they built a Hoos booster or the Americanized way of saying it, Huss.
It's just like
Not
mock.
a
It's
kid.
just like the mock thing. I can't stand that. Everyone says mock. It's it's
It
not
is
mock. It's like
mock.
it's like mac. It's like they say it like weird how they say like the a almost. I don't even know. It's like I don't know that.
Either way,
The way the engineers pronounced it was not mock. It was like mock.
I want
I don't know. All right.
I want a Hoos booster.
Who's
Only 3 of them were ever made, and they look amazing. They're more like a scrambler than anything. Actually, it's a lot like their disco ride.
Yeah, yeah.
America has. But oh my god, it looks like so much fun. So much fun. I don't think we'll ever see it, but oh my god, I would love to ride one of those.
You never know, Bob. That Hershey guy that you sarcastically joked at when we were at the front of the park might be listening to this. He might be like, Bob's onto something now.
The fact explain to anybody what I'm talking about. Oh, you mean a KM booster? No, not. I hate when I tell people they're like, what flat rides would you like to see? A Hoos booster. Oh, you mean a KMG? But no, did I say KMG? I did not. I said Hoos
I
booster.
would have specified that I want a KMG booster
Right.
if I wanted a KMG booster. All right, so Busch Gardens Williamsburg honestly needs a thrilling wooden coaster. Invaders kitty material. I'd also love to see a flying coaster. So,
Busch Gardens, a flying coaster at Busch Gardens would be pretty cool.
I agree. Fantastic. Especially if they somehow found a way to go over the water. Somehow, if they could do it, or if they wanted to, if they in a perfect scenario. I know you don't agree. I don't think they can, or they will, or they could.
I don't
or
think
should,
they
or
will.
would. But if since this is a Santa wish, if Santa could just snap his fingers and it was there, over the water would be awesome.
And let's make it a Vecoma just because.
All right, yeah, they didn't specify B&M, so I wouldn't mind being a Vecoma either. I wouldn't care either way, B&M or Vecoma, but yeah, let's go with Vecoma, just to suit the fact that they haven't been over here in a while. Intamin prefabricated wooden coaster for Cedar Point. Come on, Santa. So we're closing it off the way we started it, with an Intamin for Cedar Point.
That's for you.
So that is the list of the enthusiasts, what they want from Santa, I guess for next year, because we didn't really do this planned for the 2020 coaster Christmas, so hopefully for 2021 you guys get your wish. And talking about what you get for 2021, 2021 park goals is the weekly poll for this week. So what are you guys trying to do? What parks are you trying to hit? What rides are you trying to accomplish? What merit are you trying to get? What are you trying to accomplish?
It or
What number of coasters you want to ride? Whatever. Just let us know any goals you have set for the 2020 season. 2021 season. I keep saying 2020. It's all in the same. It's the same year, really. So, whatever. Again, if you want to answer that poll, go to coachdoccpodcast.com/poll. Also, you can answer it. It'll be up on the social media pages from time to time at @CoacherTalk_pod. You can check us out at CoacherTalkBob as well, because that's Bob's Twitter. Facebook at CoacherTalkPod, Instagram at CoacherTalkPod, YouTube, look up Coacher Talk Podcast, all 3 separate words. To contact us, it's CoacherTalkPodcast.com/contact. To email either me or Bob, it's James at CoacherTalkPodcast.com or Bob at CoacherTalkPodcast.com. And we have a shop now, so CoacherTalkPodcast.com/shop, and you can find any merchandise that you want related to the show. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We'll see you guys all on next week's show.
Indeed. Have a great new year.
What? Oh, I forgot you do that.
What?
I forget you say have a happy new year like a week after New Year. I have forgotten it's even a new year, really. You're one of the only people that I still refer to. Like, that I know that still refers to it as a new year, like a week after.
Jeez, Pam.
That's not
We
bad.
didn't even say anything. We're just like, have a great good night. Pam's like, peace out.
We didn't even say we were done yet. We could still be, you know, us in the live streams. We could still be going.
That was just the first half, Pam. Come on.
She lagged that long? I'm just kidding. Hey, okay, Bob. I'm saving it to my OneDrive.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so too. For your sake. I'm coming for you if my hard drive crashes again. I know what you're up to, Bob.
Yeah.
I know what you're capable of.
We saw that. Well, that's right. I think you signed off before I saw it. Was what were we talking about? What was the other Kmart one you guys brought up last time we were on? But that whenever we brought up that, I saw the big gas prices. Which I found hilarious. Yeah, I shipped my pants. That's right. I shipped my pants. All right, let's Nyquist this sucker. I don't remember what my level was.
Look at this meme. The meme was, if anyone on the live stream wants to know, Busch Gardens Williamsburg opening year round, and then it's King's Dominion with like a really, it's the WWE, so like with like a surprise entrance. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know how well I can do this. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to look. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Yeah, all right. You guys might be able to see right there. So just in case you wanted to see. All right. So I think we're gonna end the stream though, because both me and Bob want to go to bed.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys on
sleep.
next week's show.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.